Yeah, it's a huge fucking country.
It looks beautiful though.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. The people there were super nice. The food was good.
Yeah, how's the food?
Food was interesting because because Madagascar used to be a French colony, so everyone speaks French, which is really weird. And the food is like it's this weird combination of African, like traditional African food, and with like a slight French twist to it.
Okay, sounds pretty fire.
Yeah, so like the sandwiches there, the baguettes there. Shit. insane sandwiches there.
Okay.
I packed so many fucking baguette sandwiches away while I was in Madagascar. But yeah, really, really cool, really lovely people. Yeah, just really interesting like history behind it as well. Like again, knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
So just like going there and like actually, getting in touch with like the actual nature and everything was like really, really cool. Highly recommend. You just like the only issue I guess is that like you just have to be prone to just knowing that, because it is like a third world country, like you need to be aware of just like the hygiene and everything like that. Because although we didn't get malaria, hopefully, I did like come out of Madagascar with like this really, really bad throat infection.
Right.
Aki reckons it's because like maybe we went to like a pub on the last day and I was like knocking back beers. And our guide reckons that the glass might have been like not cleaned properly.
Right.
So I ended up with this like terrible throat infection where the first couple of days in South Africa, I just couldn't talk.
Oh, wow.
Because it was just
Jesus
like
Christ.
clogged up and really, really bad.
damn.
Luckily, I'm over it now, and then obviously we had to take malaria medication every day.
Yeah.
It just makes you wonder how back in the fucking day. Could you imagine sending a random like British peasant to like just be like, yeah, just fucking figure it out, man.
Yeah.
They're like, how the fuck, how the hell did they survive this?
Or like when the French first arrived,
Yeah.
like how the fuck did they like figure that out?
I think Europe just trained us to be immune to like so many more diseases than
Yeah.
I mean that's what made us OP.
Plague.
Yeah, that's what made us OP. We just go to places and then we would bring the plague to them most of the
were a
time.
plague.
Not
We
the
were
other
a
way around.
plague.
Legit. We had the natural immunity. you know?
no, legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were there for 5 days and it was perfect. And then we flew from there to Cape Town and we were there in Cape Town for about a week. My one regret in Cape Town was that I couldn't get to go see the One Piece location.
Oh, the live action One Piece filming location?
Because the One Piece live action was mostly filmed in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And they have the Going Merry there.
Oh, shit.
Like the real life Going Merry, which is apparently in some like film studio. It's like inside of a film studio.
Oh, cool.
And I tried so hard to be like, please get
Where
me
is
into
this?
that. I want to see that. But unfortunately, I couldn't get
Damn it.
a time to go see it.
Right.
Wait, so how long did it take you to get to Madagascar? Because presumably you have to fly from Cape Town?
No, so to get to Madagascar, we took a flight from Narita to first Dubai. Which is with Emirates, which is about a 10.5 hour flight, something like that.
That flight's like 11, right?
Yeah,
it's
about
like
that
10
much.
or 11
Yeah.
hours. And then Emirates does one flight a day from Dubai to Madagascar.
So you
They
flew.
fly everywhere out of
Yeah.
Dubai. It's kind of ridiculous.
But it was
Well, it's
interesting.
kind of like a big travel
yeah,
hub.
it's massive.
Yeah, but it was interesting as well because this flight from Dubai to Madagascar, it's technically two flights in one because
It stops over.
it stops at Seychelles, which is this like island resort in Africa, which I knew the name of, but I didn't know it was like there.
Yeah.
And when we stopped by in Seychelles, I was like, shit, I should have stopped by here. This place looks fucking awesome. Because like I think like 90% of the flight got off at Seychelles. And it was like Aki, myself, and maybe like 3 other people that got off at Antananarivo.
Like, damn, they should have made a movie here.
Yeah. I was like, where's the Madagascar sequel where they go to Seychelles? So so if we end up going back to South Africa, which we might, honestly, because we love that convention so fucking much, might go to Seychelles.
Nice.
Damn.
It's a pretty dope place. But yeah, highly recommend Madagascar. Really, really cool. Just such a unique experience.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm glad I went there. And now it's like,
Oh my
And
god!
now it's
Seychelles
like a
looks
core
amazing.
memory.
now it's a core memory.
Because-
fuck, the Seychelles looks great.
Yeah, I know.
Holy
It's
shit.
really, it's apparently, we were asking the guide about Seychelles because we knew nothing about it. And they were like,
Yeah.
yeah, Seychelles and Mauritius, which is another
No, Mauritius.
island country off the coast of Africa, are like two really, really popular honeymoon destinations
Yeah,
for a lot of
Mauritius
South
is very,
Africans. Yeah.
very-
Well, there's a
So there's an idea.
Well, there's an idea for your honeymoon.
There's an idea for a honeymoon if we go to Seychelles.
18-hour flight.
It's only an 18-hour flight, guys.
Yeah, not bad. Not too bad.
But also, another great thing about Madagascar was that, I mean, obviously, everything was so fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Like, I remember we went to this, like, really, really nice bakery in Antananarivo, and I had the biggest fucking baguette sandwich that I've ever had in my life. It was legitimately, like, half a baguette.
Yeah.
And I paid for it, and I was like, oh, it's like $3.
It's fucked up.
I was just like, that's so fucked up. Do you know how much this baguette would be in Japan?
Bro, you can't even get a baguette.
You can't even get a baguette in Japan.
And it tastes bad.
Yeah,
Japan,
exactly.
what about America?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
This thing would be like $25.
Couldn't even get an egg for that price.
You'd have to Clara that shit and pay it in installments.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You can't even buy it up front. Oh my god, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Fuck, I want to go so bad. Every time I think about going to these places and then I see there's like 3 layovers, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, look, like we went with business, but you know, it was still a long.
and you
long
had a
flight.
convention to go to as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
so
exactly.
You had a final destination.
Yeah, and the convention was super fucking.
I don't
nice.
know why. Like taking a flight, I'm like, easiest thing in my life. Taking 2 flights in one row, I'm like, okay. And then when it's like you're gonna for layover twice, I'm like, I'm just gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
I like layovers.
Fuck, what? I hate layovers.
I don't know. It just breaks it up because I don't know. Being on a flight for longer than like 12 hours, I'm like, I start to get like, I need to go. I need to walk. I need to get out. And
we
walk.
were discussing, and I realized that Grant, when he goes to the UK, he prefers to do the layover route.
Yeah,
right.
And I prefer to do the direct one, which is like a 14-hour flight direct to the UK. And I'm like, why would you want to?
No, I think I'm on your
Why
side.
would you want a layover?
Yeah.
I just like the break in between. I don't know.
What? Nah, because I'm like chilling. And then I don't want to have to like because you have to be alert and awake when you go through the airport, right? Because there's security and stuff, and like I have to completely wake up basically for that, and then I have to get comfortable again on the flight, and then plan out how I'm gonna.
Also, I feel like I've conditioned myself to be like the moment I get off a flight is where I'm at my destination.
Yeah.
So when I get off the flight and I'm not at a destination,
sucks.
then my brain is just like,
Although I don't mind if it's like the first leg is like 1 hour. If it's like a 1 hour flight and up, down, like whatever, because it doesn't even count. I haven't got comfortable.
Yeah.
But if it's like a 12-hour into the 1 hour layover, that fucking sucks.
yeah. For us, it was a 12-hour flight to a 3-hour layover and then another 11-hour flight.
At least at that
With a
point,
slight stop at Seychelles.
Yeah,
So
but
technically
you're doing
two
like circadian rhythm shit at that point.
layovers.
You know what I mean?
No,
I
legit.
don't know. I don't know. I just if I'm in like sitting in one place for too long, I just start getting like real stir crazy. And even with like a comfortable seat, I can't sit down my ass for that long without needing to just get up and walk and just do something, even if it throws off the rhythm a bit. Because I kind of like treat a long flights as a mini vacation in itself, where I'm just like out of contact of the world. I kind of I like traveling sometimes just because it's my excuse not to think about work. I don't know how your brains are wired, but I'm like, damn, I can just watch and marathon everything I want to do. This is great. I don't have to worry about work emails. It's my
this time I want to bring like a HDMI cable because the seats always have HDMI cables now. So I want to bring one and kind of do a gaming setup.
I bought a Kindle for this trip because I was like, we already have so much luggage and I don't want to have to lug around like a bunch of books. So I finally bought one. And I've always been like weirdly kind of a hater of the Kindle. I don't know why, because like I don't know about you guys, but I know with you, but because you don't read.
I like the book.
I like the physical page turn. So when I saw like my sister like being like, you got to get a Kindle, it's like the best purchase I ever made, I was like, whatever, bro. It's a fucking screen. I don't want to read on a screen. But then when I actually bought the Kindle and used it on this flight, I was like, all right, I'm converted. Like this thing is kind of goated.
I mean, it's kind of convenient,
Super convenient. I read like 4 manga series on the flight, and I was like, wow, this would have been an absolute nightmare if I had it in physical.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So second question. Did Aki know?
What?
Did Aki know
that I was going to propose?
Yeah.
She had an inkling. The thing is
Brother,
that
she knew.
Yeah.
She
no,
knew.
she knew.
Let's be real.
I think. Okay, so here's the thing: is that like, she told me like a little bit later when we got back that apparently she thought, I think in about 3 separate occasions, that I was going to propose to her.
Well, that's the
worst part about it.
That's the technique, because now hearing this story, you didn't know when you were going to
Yeah.
propose. So if you just confuse yourself, you confuse your target as well.
Exactly. It's like last. The first time she thought was, I think it was last year. We took a trip to Hiroshima.
Yeah.
And we went to Miyajima because we'd never been to Miyajima and I'd always wanted to go.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, just the two of us haven't really been on like a vacation in Japan for a long time.
She thought that's when you were going to propose.
Yeah. And when she saw the hotel that I was booking in Miyajima, she was like, I legitimately thought you were going to propose to me there. And I was like,
Nah, bitch, I'm just rich. I'm kidding.
I just got the bands.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm referring Jackie's a bitch. I apologize.
It's like, nah, ho, I got the bands. I'm trying to give you a good time, dog.
Hope that's an out of clip context. Out of context clip or something at least.
Yeah, so she was like, I legitimately thought you were going to propose to me then. I was like, motherfucker, it wasn't even on my mind. I just wanted to have a good ass time with you.
You know the amount of money I saved on that diamond ring?
Exactly.
We're going to 15 resorts.
Exactly.
I am so jealous. And have I ever talked about my proposal story on this podcast?
Yeah.
I think you have, yeah.
About how it was a disaster.
It was
not a disaster with an asterisk.
Disaster with an asterisk where it still went right at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But Sydney knew immediately.
That's fair.
And I think the second thing I kind of missed, which you explained, where you you didn't tell the parents till after the fact.
Yeah.
I had almost like the opposite experience where, because Sydney's parents are very traditional parents, I wanted to ask for her father's permission before the proposal.
For sure, yeah.
Because of us living abroad and us, not having a lot of opportunities to meet each other, I wanted to do it in person. So
Sure.
I planned this proposal fucking like months and months in advance. I think I knew I was going to propose April 2019 on her birthday, because I was like, that was it. So I made up my mind like fucking ages ago. But I wanted, when I asked her parents' permission, I wanted to do it, okay, old-fashioned way, in person. I feel like that it just means more to them. I could do it in call and they'd be fine with that, but I feel like it would mean more to them if we do it in person. But most of the time, I'm only in America for one time in the year.
Yeah.
Right? And the previous year, that year, it was August. So basically, I would be asking her father's permission in August and then planning to do it in April of next year.
Really
Yeah, right.
That's a very long time.
Sure.
So I did make it known. I did make it known that it would be a while before I was going to do proposal, but I explained that I wanted to ask her, your permission in person.
Sure.
It was, teared up, we hugged, and it was very, very beautiful moment. What I didn't know was we would suddenly decide to visit her family that Christmas that year, which wasn't in the books when I planned it out.
Right.
I'm still good for it. I'm good for it, Dad. I promise.
Let me cook. Let me cook, Dad.
I just remember.
I'll do it. I promise.
I just remember this the probably the longest car ride I've had with her dad, where we get to the place. And I remember it was like a few days afterwards, and we were driving to go to a dinner or something. It was like dudes being in a car, just enjoying each other's company.
For sure.
And then
the way you said that was so funny.
and then just awkward silence. And then he goes, "So, still haven't proposed, I see." And I was like,
Why do you have to say it like that?
What's going on with that? And I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm in an FBI interrogation or something right now. It's just like, I'm sorry, sir. It is still in the plans. We did not plan to come back for Christmas. I swear to God, sir, it is still in the works. Do not worry, I haven't changed my mind or anything. But yeah, I mean, so fucking happy for you.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
Awesome,
you.
man.
Welcome to the club.
Hell yeah. So
I'm glad you didn't make my mistake of not knowing her, or just like knowing but not being confident in her ring size until.
Oh yeah, no, that was the other thing, right? Is that like I had written down on my notes, like I remember it was like fucking years ago that I had this like Slumdog Millionaire moment where like I remember we went shopping one time and we were just casually looking at rings because we both obviously like to wear a lot of rings.
You, by the way.
Yeah, and I was just like, and you know, no, it wasn't even that. It was just like she was like, oh, I should probably like know my actual ring sizes for all my fingers just to make it easier. So we were all checking all of our ring sizes. And then when she got to the ring finger of her left hand, I was fucking locked in. I was just like, I must retain this to memory. and I specifically remember she looked at it and was like, okay, US size 8. She said that out loud, and I was like, "Oh, word!"
Yeah. She
got on my phone immediately.
Made sure it was set outside.
In girl talk, this is please catch this alley oop that I'm giving you right now.
Yes, ring size 8.
It's like, I'm setting you up for the dunk. Catch it.
US 8, UK 10,
Yes.
Japanese 15.
And she was like, ring. I was like, ring size 8, and I was like, oh, okay, word.
Yeah,
Fucking quickly wrote that down.
When you mentioned earlier, you were like, actually wanted the Alexandra, and you were like, yeah, she gave hints. And knowing Aki, I was like, there's not a hint. She went like, this is the ring that I would want if I was getting married.
Hypothetically speaking, you know.
This would be a great marriage ring.
This and like this size, be pretty lit.
You're like, I think I got the hint.
I was like, hang on, she's sending me signals right now.
I think she wants me to buy her mom this ring.
So I had it down in my notes. I was like, US size 8. And so when I put the order in, I was like, perfect. When I got to the ring size thing, US size 8. Bam, got it in.
When you got it, did you think, this is kind of big?
No, I didn't think that at all. I looked at it. And I was like,
I would try it on.
Oh, no, I didn't try it on.
I would just be like, let's see if I could rock it.
No, I looked at with the moment it arrived, I looked at it, made sure that, you know, the build was good and it was like the right gemstone. And I was like, okay, cool. Put it back in the
note
hole.
to self, if I ever get one, I'll try it on.
Yeah, probably best
like,
to try it on.
No, it fits me.
So then when she put it on and it was like not huge, but I think we realized, afterwards we were like, she was actually a ring size 6.
No, you got a thumb ring.
Yeah, I think I got her a thumb ring. Legitimately, I think it was like a thumb ring size.
It's like, nah, it's a thumb. It's for the thumb.
And I was so confused because I was like, no, I remember, I have this note from like years ago where you specifically said ring size 8.
I have the same notes on my phone.
You get married and you start gaslighting. And
Yeah.
Nah, I think you said this.
Yeah.
Like,
So
to be honest.
either I remembered wrong or you lied to me.
No, I remember I had the size chart on my phone as well, where I had that alley-oop moment as well. I think every partner has the alley-oop moment. But it was like so long ago that I start, that's where my anxiety came in. When I go to the ring shop, I'm like, it's this ring size, and then I get it, I see it, and I'm like, maybe I'm overthinking this. Doesn't feel right, doesn't look right, but maybe it's just my anxiety here.
Girthy finger.
Nah, my dumbass was so confident. I was just like, yeah, this is perfect.
You didn't touch it? You didn't touch it
I
at
didn't
all?
even touch it. I wrote that shit down. I was like, nah, nailed that shit.
God, I wish I had that confidence, man.
Yeah, that came to bite me back.
That is a Joey special.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I just got it.
No, but then she was like, oh, it's I put it on her, and then we both looked at it and was like, oh, it's a bit big. And then I was like, oh, I guess you lost weight in your fingers.
So true. True.
I didn't quite nail the dunk, but I did receive the ball. I was like, I'll save this. But yeah, so now I have to look for a place that changes ring sizes. And I didn't realize that apparently, I don't know, maybe this is just like me looking everything up, but apparently if the ring size is like more than one off, then it gets kind of expensive to fix. And you kind of get limited on where you can fix it. Because we went to a place like near our house and we were like, yeah, it's going to cost you about 30,000 yen to fix this ring size. And I was just like,
it's not too bad. I mean, it's quite expensive.
Yeah, but that's a lot to just change ring sizes. So we're still trying to find a place that, is going to do it in a rate that won't, cost like fucking a portion of the actual ring price.
This is when I feel lucky for having such a fucking large family, because the person that did my rings was just a family friend in Thailand. In my extended network in Thailand.
Actually, yeah. You know what? I might ask one of,
just ask one of Gant's family. They'll get it done.
Or I could ask like, one of 70 of Aki's cousins, and I'm sure one of them like works in jewelry or something. I don't know. But yeah, we'll figure that out.